Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all today. And you all have already met Miss Hiru. So let's start today's session. And I would definitely like to start it with the introduction. Uh, hello and a warm welcome to this workshop hosted by the Art Journal Foundation. We are delighted to have you join us today for a very special session titled Harnessing AI Tools for Articles, Blogs, and Research Papers. In this session, we will discover and learn how to leverage AI to enhance the writing process. This session also supports the Spark Creativity event, proudly organized by the AJF Art Journal Foundation in collaboration with the Librarian Association. Spark Creativity is a platform that invites you to share your blogs and articles with a wider audience. For more details, please refer to the link that will be shared in your chat box. Before we begin, we have another exciting news for you. The Art Journal Foundation has turned 3. Yay! So we extend a heartfelt gratitude to the entire AGF community for being with us on this remarkable journey. Your continued support has helped us to grow, and we look forward to an even more vibrant future with you all through your encouragement. For those who are new to us, the Art Journal Foundation is an initiative by teachers, of teachers, and for teachers. Our mission is simple yet powerful to create the creators. Through our workshops and professional development sessions, we aim to inspire educators, nurture creativity not only in their learners but also within themselves. I'm Madhvi Sharma, an educator and an associate with AJF. I truly believe that for our education system to evolve, we as educators must commit to continuous professional growth. Your presence here reflects that spirit, and we appreciate your love for learning. Now it's time to introduce our session expert, the remarkable Miss Hiru Bhojwani. Miss Hiru Bhojwani is a seasoned library media specialist and currently serves as the librarian, information curator, and coach at the American School of Bombay in Mumbai, India. With a career spanning elementary education, secondary school library leadership, and English language instructions, she brings a wealth of knowledge and dedication to the field of education. Ms. Bojwani is also a passionate AI enthusiast, the founder of Librarian Association, a dynamic platform that supports librarians and educators across India in fostering 21st century skills. As an advocate of literacy programs nationwide and a published author in respected journals such as Knowledge Quest, Ms. Hiru has continuously worked to bridge the gap between learners and the right resource at the right time. She has presented workshops both locally and internationally, guiding educators and librarians in aligning their library practices with curriculum goals and digital age learning needs. Her work emphasizes empowering educators to become confident storytellers, researchers, and critical thinkers. That is the need of today's world, right? With her strong global perspective, collaborative spirit, and unwavering commitment to education, we are honored to have Hiru ma'am with us today. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Hiru Bhojwani to a session on harnessing AI tools for articles, blogs, and research papers. Ma'am, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Madhuri. That is so very kind of you. I was very touching. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Most
Art
welcome.
Foundation. And I look forward to more collaboration. Our Journal Foundation, your vision and mission aligns so closely with what we have for us. So, Madhvi, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you. So this is why we are here. So I'm going to begin first by giving you a little jargon, background information, or some information before we get into actually hands-on practice. So this is our agenda. We're going to look at what our education values are, what is academic integrity, what's the difference between AI, ML, and LLM, AI tools and 7 principles, and all of these that you see. So before I continue, I'd like to tell you who we are. Librarian Association is an association. We are IB aligned librarians, and we believe in helping students read, write, grow. As Madhvi emphasized, we believe in building meta literacy. Why do we do this? We believe that libraries are a very important part of education process, and keeping that in mind, we help to build libraries in rural communities. So the money that we get from our workshops goes towards building libraries in underserved communities in India. For this year, our first project is going to be in Kerala for a fishing community. So we will reach out to you to help us build a community of library for the fisher folks in Kerala. So we're going to do some little chatting. So you can either chat or you can write on the chat. What values? Suresh, can you help me read, please? I can't hear you.
What value do we expect from our students and colleagues in education?
Please go ahead and type it in the chat, or you can chat about it.
So we have to give answer of this, or I have to write?
Yes, yes, we want you to have an answer for this. So what values do you expect from your colleagues and from children? Everything, everybody.
Miss,
So you
let
can
me
write
know
it
if-
on the chat.
Let me know if you want me to read from the chat.
Yes, please. I would like that.
So I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, so we have the first answer as honesty. And I think Miss Hiru only has said that. Then international mindedness. Yeah, excellent.
What else?
Global perspective. Integrity. Worldviews, kindness, empathy, mutual respect.
Very important.
Yeah.
Empathy.
Yes, guys, come on, you can write your answers. Okay,
Teamwork.
teamwork. Perfect.
Excellent. So
Yes.
most of you all are thinking in your head that the values that we want people to have are all of these. None of you will say that any of these is not what we want. So we want people, our colleagues to be ethical, have an ethical conduct, collaboration, professional accountability, trust, empathetic global citizens, and positively contribute to our society. And most importantly, like you mentioned, collaboration and partnership. Keeping all this in mind, this is what we expect from our students, from our colleagues, and even from ourselves. So now, because this session is about academic integrity, we're going to look at the definition of what academic integrity is. Malash, may I request you to please read this definition?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Academic integrity is the moral code or ethical policy of academia. The term was popularized by what is this?
Rutgers University
Rutgers
professor.
University professor Donald McCabe. I'm
Okay.
sorry, ma'am, that I'm
Yeah,
really
Donald McAvey.
McAvey, who is considered to be the grandfather of academic integrity.
Fabulous. And this, I got it from Wikipedia. So basically, cheating, plagiarism, colluding, all of these have been existent since long, long time ago. Plagiarism and cheating is not something new today. It existed many, many years ago. So this guy, Donald McCabe, he says that it's very important that if we are doing academia, we must have some rigor, some accountability, and a moral conduct where we appreciate the rigor in academia. So people who are really studying and doing a good job, they must be recognized. And therefore, it's very important that he popularized this terminology of academic integrity. So today, the most important thing, and it's been a long time. Cheating, copying has existed forever. So it's not something new. But what has changed now is the definition of academic integrity. It's become more popular these days because information is in the hands of their fingertips. School children are copy pasting from the internet. Copy pasting, that's also copying and cheating. So most importantly, we must know, and if you are in an organization, the first thing you need to know is check with your school what is the academic policy of your school. Every school will have an academic policy. What is it and what does it mean? Because no cheating, no copying, plagiarizing, that has been there forever. But what are the policy in your school? Because most importantly, we want to the commitment and honesty of trust, fairness, and respect of people's hard work that is put towards the article, the blog, whatever is gone into it. So the definition has now been revised by many people in all your schools and universities and your schools. And what's important is I would like you to go back to your university or schools and find out what it is and read about it. Turnitin and ICAI, that is the International Community of Academic Integrity, they say the most important is courage. So when we talk to our children and say, hey, you've cheated, we don't want to talk like that. We would like to say, what have you done? Why did you do what you did? And how can we change it to ensure there is more academic rigor in your paper? The IB has also come up with their whole 10 tips and more. And as you have seen, and you all must have seen, there is, you don't want anybody to get an unfair advantage. You want you to accept your strengths and weaknesses. And you must learn about your school policy. And finally, you must learn to cite your work. Again, I'm going to again repeat this. Academic integrity is not something we can put in, turn it in and say, hey, create how many percent of it is copied and pasted or it is AI generated. More important than that is the commitment to honesty, trust, fairness, and respect. The International Center of Academic Integrity also says that we have to be morally uplifted to be able to trust and be fair in the place of academia. Before I move on any further, are there any questions?
Yeah, it is really seems like it is very close to like we say na usually take the credit, take the blame. Like whatever you have whatever you have done, you should be proud of. Though it is right or wrong, as a student, you should take the pride and take the blame. So actually, it belongs to that the integrity means we should not just show that it is like we want to make our work beautiful. Just we show that this is my own work and I have given 100% for my work. So it 100%
Yes.
could be vary for all the students. Like it could be different for me and different for my colleagues. It will be.
Exactly. So ICA, the International Center of Academic Integrity, and Turnitin says, let's not play the blame game. Let's in fact have a courageous conversation with them and says, can you show me how you understood this? How much of this is done with the help of AI? And that's okay. Just let me know. So there is transparency and trust between the student and the individual. And we can have a further discussion about that. Any other question or comment? All right, so I'm going to move on. Now that we've understood the meaning of academic integrity, let's talk about AI tools. What do you know about them?
ChatGPT
What?
is there, so we are using that mostly.
Perfect. What else?
One usually which I'm using, that is Gemini. I'm using.
Okay.
So it is helping me a lot. Like say, like being our teacher, sometimes we are not getting that perfect sentence. So we are putting our like input, and they are giving like these tools are giving us very nice like good language. They are giving us the material which we want.
Correct. So you're writing your emails, you're writing your feedback, you're doing your report cards, everything with ChatGPT.
It is not like everything we are writing. Like, see, we should have something to tell the this AI tools. So we are having something. So for a like English grammar correction, so we are putting that. Like, just we sometimes we want that. So we are taking help of AI tools.
All right. Well, if you're only doing it for grammar, I'm going to tell you that's very low level. It's time to use AI tools even more and more robustly and have conversations with AI tools to improve your work, to help you think and to do better, greater things. So before we move on again, can someone help me understand what's the difference between artificial intelligence, AI, ML, generative AI, and algorithm? Anybody? So these are the definitions, but I'm going to tell you in a very simple way. So imagine I have a robot and I want to teach a robot how to make vada pav or make a sandwich. So first I'm going to say step number 1, robot, take out 2 slices of bread. Take a knife, put butter on it, open the bottle, put some jam on it, put the other slice over it. So these are the rules in teaching the robot how to make a sandwich. That is called an algorithm. Then I tell the robot, I want you to make a sandwich and also know what is a cat and a dog. So I will feed it lots and lots of images and ask them to do things like recognize the cat and the dog and other things. That is called artificial intelligence. And then I wanted the robot to work faster, better. So then that is called machine learning because I've fed all the information. They will get all the information from the sample that I have given it. And then they will recognize the cat, the dog, and make a sandwich. Now, what is generative AI? Generative AI is telling the robot who's become so smart that now they can not only recognize cat and dog, not only make a sandwich, not only search the internet, but give me whatever I want. That is how smart generative AI is. So all of the tools that you're talking about, ChatGPT, Gemini, what else? Some parts of Canva, all of these are large language models or generative AI that can create for you text, images, and music. So this is another differentiation between a human and an AI. Human, we have limited experiences. Only Hero has 25 years of experience, while the data has thousands years of experiences. I am intuitive in my thinking. They recognize patterns. Hero uses common sense reasoning, while AI and large language, they are statistical predictions and they have stimulated emotions, while I get emotionally happy, sad, and all of the above. So always remember, AI is a pattern recognition and a simulated emotion. It is not real. So what AI tools do you use? Put it in the chat if you don't want to chat. Elicit, ChatGPT, Tim. I don't know, Tim. Canva, Copilot, Gemini, fabulous. Perplexity, Claude, Magic School, Gemini. Perfect. I don't know why you have come here. We are just, yes, Sarah, hi. Yes, Flint K12. Perfect. ChatGPT, yes. These are some of the things that we all use. And these are some of the popular AI tools used for research as well. This is another piece of information I want to share with you. Just learning how to use it at the basic level is not enough. They expect us in whether you're a math teacher, you're an art teacher, you have to talk to the children about all of these. I would request you all go to teachai.org and teach the children the purpose, the knowledge, the integrity, and the balance between AI and human beings. It's very important for us to become active users of ChatGPT and not just passive consumers of what AI or the large language models offer us. Before we move forward, are there any questions? Okay, these are some of the tools for research. What tools do you use for research? These are some of them. If you haven't heard of them, my kids are using Elicit. My kids from grade 6 are using Perplexity. My teachers are beginning to use Gemini Deep Research and Copilot, Sybase, and Notebook LM. I'm going to show you two of them today because Elicit and Perplexity is pretty much used by everyone. And specifically, I want to talk about, Nirav asked me to talk about how do you cite this? How much of AI can I use for my research paper? Because I believe there is a program requesting you all to write blog post using AI tools and how you might want to use them. These are more tools which I will share with you that you can use online. I'm a great fan of Sarah Elaine Eaton, and she's a professor and a writer, and she is a great advocate of academic integrity. If you want to learn more about it, she says the future of AI is hybrid human AI writing will become normal. We're still talking a lot about it, but as time goes by, it will become hybrid. Human creativity will be enhanced. So please do not use it only for grammar. There are many, many ways of using it. But remember one thing, humans cannot relinquish responsibility. I will still have to put my name on the article that I publish, and I am responsible for everything that I put out there on the internet. Attribution will continue to remain important, and the historical definition of plagiarism will evolve. So this is what you can use AI for. Can someone help me read it? Ishani, would you like to read it for me, please?
Yeah, sure. One second. Okay. AI for the different writing formats, article and blog posts. First is generating ideas and outlines. Should I continue reading or you
Yes,
want
please. Yes, please.
Okay. Drafting section and paragraph. Creating engaging introduction and conclusion. Optimizing for SEO, keyboard titles, meta descriptions. Maintaining a consistent voice and style like yours.
So remember, if you're writing a blog post and if it doesn't sound like you, then you are cheating the colleagues that you are working with. So most importantly, transparent accountability and fairness is extremely important. Most importantly, now the trend is not dependency and lethargy, but active engagement with language, with the large language models. So this is how you be an active learner. You can be a tutor, you can be a coach, you can be a mentor, you can ask AI to be a teammate, you can have an AI tool for learning more about it, a simulator for practice, and for student to check for understanding. As adults, I use this all the time as a mentor. I also use it as somebody who is far more intelligent than I am, and someone who has more knowledge than I have. So this is an example of my blog post. So I'm just going to share this with you. So I wrote this blog post. It's very much what I believe in and think like. I wrote it. I also cited it at the end of my blog post. I said assisted by ChatGPT. It helped me generate the summary of it very happily with me. So it's very important that you give credit where credit is due. So if you have used ChatGPT and it's used as an assistant, please mention it in your blog post. This is another one. So I got my ideas from ChatGPT, but I wrote it independently and I cited all the sources that I got from Perplexity. So what I did was I cited the references that Perplexity gave me. They gave me 12 or 15. I went through all 15, 20 of them, and I did not use all of them. So I didn't copy and paste all 12. Some of the links were broken, some of them weren't active, and some of them were not relevant. So I actually only used 8. So then I cited these 8 ones for my blog post. Here's another example from this science paper. If you look at the citation at the bottom, as I showed you, it has cited and accessed it and cited it in a science paper. Okay. So it's very important. So all your school students or you, if you're doing a research paper, you don't expect to have, like if you're doing a research paper, you're expected to have at least 30 to 40 references. All of them cannot be ChatGPT. All of them cannot be Perplexity. So you will be researching and learning from other sites. You can use ChatGPT to get those links, but go to those links, read about it, summarize it, and then cite that link. Here's another example, research paper on Gemini. So if you are writing a paper, there you must check out what are the requirements of the organization. So Elsevier, Springer, Nature, and Wiley, regarding AI, they do not want you to use AI. Some papers, it is clear that AI cannot be credited as an author in some of the research papers. Some research papers, when it first came out, ChatGPT came out in 2 years ago, there was a nurse that created a science paper and it was co-authored by ChatGPT. I tried to find it to share it with you, but I couldn't find it. I actually bought the paper and downloaded it, but I couldn't find it to share it with you. So some organizations do allow you to have ChatGPT as a co-author. Some clearly say no, and some allow you to have. So wherever you're posting your blog post, article, or your research paper, it's very important to check how much of it you can use or not. For example, a friend, a colleague of mine is doing a PhD from the Australian University. Her teacher has forbidden her to use ChatGPT or any AI tools. And they said that they will run it through Turnitin. If it is more than 30% or 25%, they'll have to redo it again. So it's very important to know what university and how progressive the universities are and where you can use and you cannot use. Things are changing, but as for the present moment, then you have to check the requirements from the universities and from the organizations. So I'm going to share this paper with you. This is an example I did on Gemini or Gemini, whatever you call it. So this is Gemini research. I did a research paper and I have no clue about art. And it simply created one for me. So I don't know if you've used this. I'm going to say, write 3,000, 2,000 word research paper. It is insane on art and culture in India. Give me perspective. I don't know about art, so please help me, art teachers, your perspective from and New York based curator of art and impact on government policies. I have no clue what I'm saying, but here it goes. Oops, sorry. I had to do deep research. I hope it did that. Lo behold, They give me a plan. They're going to analyze my research, create a report, and ready in few minutes. So I'm going to say, edit it. They're asking me what changes now I want to make. So I'm going to say, include academic, I don't know, include art. Art what? Give me something about art, I have no clue.
Yeah, if you are talking about Indian art, so you cave art is quite like nice. Or the temple which are made, architecture art is very good.
Temple architecture.
Examples
And-
also, we have got a comment in the chat box.
Please help me. I need to see the chat then. Can you read it out
Yeah,
to me,
yeah,
please?
it's examples. We can also ask to give
Give me
examples.
examples and cite all the sources in APA format with in-text citations. All right. Now, you see, it's going to create something for me, and I have no clue what it is. So imagine I am a librarian, no clue about art, and start research. And it's going to write me a research paper on art. So you can imagine the credibility of this paper. It's fantastic. So it's giving me my research approach. It's giving me the information I'm gathering, my next search, researching all the websites. And it's going to do its stuff. So as more and more things are happening in the AI world, it is also, people are going to check your backgrounds to know whether you fit into this research paper or not. So as things evolve, research papers can be written dime a dozen. But who is writing it? Why is it written? All of that is going to be very, very important. So while this is working in the background, do you have any questions for me?
Miss, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Nowadays, this because if I talk about my grade, we have PYP exhibition in grade 5. So nowadays, students have started using ChatGPT.
Correct.
The thing is, as a facilitator, I think is it a right choice to give them the liberty to use ChatGPT without doing any research? Because it should not be like they are not researching; they are directly taking the content from ChatGPT and using it for their presentations. So how to go about it? Like, should we first tell them to research, or as you told that we should tell them to find the links and then they can go there and research? Because this is also a skill which we try to develop.
Correct. So number one, first is to find out what your school policy is. Number two, teach your children what the school policy is. Number three, tell them that they have come to school to learn. And if you're going to just copy and paste it, I might just pull you up because it does not sound like you, Rahul. So please come to me and explain me what you've written. If you can explain me all that you have written in your own words, I'm okay with what you do. But if you cannot explain me what you have written, then I can clearly understand that there is no learning happening in your PYP exhibition. So who are we really cheating, Rahul? Can you tell me how I can help you? You're here in school to learn. What can I do to help you become a better learner?
True.
Have we accomplished what we have been?
Yes.
That's why the word is courage. That's why the
Yes.
word is conversations. Because cheating and we tell our children, oh, don't steal somebody else's stuff. Don't take your friend's pencil.
True.
But if the child takes a pencil, you will never know.
Right.
So that is why the whole thing is based on raising the morals of an
True.
individual, the trust factor, the transparency. So what I would say is, to begin with, you have used it. Yes, you've explained it to me in your own words. Fantastic. But now I want you to cite ChatGPT also.
True.
And how am I going to teach you how to cite? Here it is. While this is working on the background, I'm going to show you. So what else I did with while that is working on the background, Gemini can also make a podcast. It will take the entire paper and make a podcast for you. So this is what was generated from ChatGPT for me, from Gemini, with the works cited page in MLA format. And it's about 2,000 words. It's insane. So this is what you need to learn and understand, that this is what happens. So how do you cite it? There is a manual way of doing it, and there's a Grammarly way of doing it. So I'm going to simply stop here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to go to, do you know this one, Grammarly citation? So we go to every citation tool, Cite Fast for me, Bib citation, everything, but none of them has this that I have noticed. So this is the only one. It says generative AI. Company is, for example, I'm doing ChatGPT, I'll say OpenAI. Date access, maybe today. Product name is ChatGPT. All right, so when you go to ChatGPT, I'm just going to open ChatGPT. And I suppose I have this. I'm going to simply say share. It is going to give me a link. I'm going to copy the link, go back to Grammarly, put my URL there. My model is 3.5. My model type is, I don't know what it is. So you see the whole citation is generated here. You copy the citation and you add it to your document. So if your children are using ChatGPT, you can tell them this is what I want you to do. I want you to also provide in-text citation, so I know which area you have used it.
Yeah, that's great. So that we
Okay.
can understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can also ask it to do MLA citation. Either way is what. And in the MLA citation, which is what I do, it shortens a prompt. So it tells you to do the prompt also. So you give the prompt generation. So I tell my kids to do MLA because I know the prompt that they have used then. Yeah. Right. A summary about the boy with bangles. The prompt description asking for a summary, product name, ChatGPT. You know now how to do this. As you keep writing, it'll all generate on the right-hand side. Then you copy it, you provide the link, and there you have a citation. This is what I mean by transparency, honesty, trust, and all of that. Academic integrity, if that's what we're talking about. Any questions? Here's another example. This is a question that was put out by your team. Art in times of crisis, how art helps students process global academic. I created a paper. This is the paper that it created for me. If you read it, you'll probably understand it makes more sense. It makes sense to me, but I have no idea what I've done. And I've asked for additional evidences. I've asked it to make analysis. I've asked it to do art and war, cite it, analyze it, describe it. So it's making sure it's given evidence for everything. So this is how you can use ChatGPT. So you're not only writing an essay, which is just blah, but you're asking it to analyze and make sense out of it. Is it correct? Is the content correct? I have no clue. So the person who is an expert in art will be able to read it and check the credibility of the information. So it's done a fantastic paper because I showed it to my art teacher. She said it's pretty good, but it doesn't make, but getting it from you makes no sense, which is true because I don't understand. It's done case studies for me. It's done a conclusion. It's provided citations as well. All this I've done in 5 minutes. So when you talk about authenticity of research, what is most important is that it should be, you must have case studies of something that you have done, some practice strategies that you have used, a bibliography that includes all of it. This is what is expected. But to make it totally authentic, as we say, it's very important to share your experiences with the article, with your research paper or anything. So your human experiences are extremely important. If I don't see that in a blog post, I'm going to think it's all ChatGPT. You can use AI for structure and ideas, but you can't substitute your experience. Check your sources, attribute correctly, and focus on practical value. And most importantly, it must sound like you. These three are the main important parts. Your human experience, your experiment, your case study, your data that you have created, and your trust and accountability of the paper that you will submit will have your name on it. And does it sound like you? Then there's another one called other tools in ChatGPT. You all have used ChatGPT. I'm just going to share this with you because after this, we'll have a lot of conversations. So this is your ChatGPT, your regular ChatGPT. At the bottom, you'll find something called GPTs. Go to GPTs. Right now, these are the most popular one. Search for art or education. All of this will come up. So you can use these to create a specialized GPT to work for you. SEO, whatever you want. I don't know if you know about this one. Let's say if you're an extended essay researcher. So you say research, see what you get. These are GPTs that are created by people and they've shared it with us. And see more. If you are an extended essay coordinator, see extended essay, see what you get. TOK, social studies, there you have. So many that are ready-made, so you don't have to sit and create your own GPT like I did 1 year ago. They're all there. Why am I going to create another one? Essay Extender GPT, Essay Extender, IB Digital Society. All of these are freely available for you to use. If you are a math teacher, because I see somebody's a math, I will just try put in math and you will have specialized GPTs to work from. There you go. Did you know about this? Please respond because I feel so terrible.
To be honest, I have been using ChatGPT, but I never explored that.
Well, now don't work too hard. There are ready-made ones.
True, true.
And
Okay,
there's
we have
somebody
Sandhya. Sandhya has used it to some extent.
yes,
For Mohammed, it's first time. Just like me,
yes.
same to you, Mohammed. Then, yeah, so we have these two responses.
Correct. And then there's somebody else who also asked that how do I know how much my child is using? So there is an extension. It's called AI Abler. So if you're in an IB school or so here's an AI Abler extension. Hmm. So you find these extension AI Abler. This is not the one that I have, but I'll show you the one that I have. So when you're working on your Google Doc or anything, if you want to decide, here's an AI usage labeler. I want minimal use. You use it, and then you select a template. So if I'm using it, and I'm going to say, I'm going to use this right now. So I'm on the website, Generate Ideas for Democracies, and I'm going to add this, copy this labeler, and put it in my Google Doc. So you are being transparent. So you have said, I've used it as an idea generator. Description, idea generator for architecture of Indian temples. Enter the URL. So if I open it into another website, I'll show you later if you have time. It will copy this labeler for me. So you see here it says tool ChatGPT 3.5 description for architecture, and I can copy this into my Google Doc or my Word document and share it with my children when they are using. So my children need to do this when they need to show me that they have used ChatGPT because they're being transparent. I'm not going to condemn them. I'm going to ensure that there is trust and transparency in our relationship of learning. Any questions? And now it's time for you to play.
Yeah, my question is, these are the tool where we can cross-check the students' work if they have used AI.
It's not checking, it's creating transparency.
Fine.
So you have that AI tabular, so you're using Perplexity, copy paste, just copy paste and put it in your Google Doc in parentheses, so you know the child has used AI or whatever link at that level, fully, partly, or
Yeah.
just for an idea.
Yeah, my question was the same only. Like we are checking that how much AI they have used in particular work. These tools are,
Yes, so every time they use AI, they have to do that.
and they will show
You
the
can-
percentage also, like how much.
No, it will not show you the percentage because there is no tool today that is 100% or even 90% accurate that tells you that I have used 90% or 30%. That is why it is important to build that trust, transparency with your students and your adults.
You-
Any questions? There is no tool. And nobody is now vouching for that. Nothing, no tool can tell you 100%. I have done my own work. I have put it in, Turnitin, and it has told me it is 40% AI, which is not true. So even IB and other organizations are beginning to understand that. So please be aware that there will be a lot of accountability in future where they have conversations with the people who are submitting research papers or blog posts or whatever. Any questions? Don't know if I was too fast.
We
But-
have a question in the message.
Yes.
Can you name some sites on which we can detect plagiarism other than Turnitin?
You cannot. Because it will be fake. It will not give you the right result. I can give you many tools, but they won't work. They're not correct. They're not 100% correct.
Even I have noticed if you write something from your own also, it gets into the plagiarized, sometimes that also is, it will show some percentage that this is plagiarized where you have written it by your own.
GPT-0 is something that I try. I've used
Uh-huh.
it. GPT-0, I think it's made by one of the universities. So GPT-0 is a good one, which is free. However, none of them are accurate. You cannot detect, Asima. That is why it is important to build trust, transparency, and provide tools for the children to say, then this is how I used it. And more, it is going to be based on transparency. So you cannot say, so you, instead of saying, I don't want you to plagiarize, I want you to share with me the times that you have used AI tools because I use it as well.
So what kind of strategies or plan we can have to check, like?
To begin with the children first is that don't make ChatGPT and other AI tools sound like it is bad. One, find out what your school policy is. Equip your understanding about what your school policy is. Number two, simplify the school policy and have a little quiz with your child. Suppose I did all of this. I do a lot of scenarios with a child. So what I would suggest is go to ChatGPT, say create 5 scenarios for my art class for standard 5 or grade 5 to talk about the ethical use of AI. And give me the answer cheat sheet. It will give it to you. So create those scenarios and have an open discussion about it. You will be surprised. Children are worse than us. They are more critical than we are. And say there's nothing wrong in it, but it's important to build a moral understanding and build a place of trust and transparency between you and me and your learning. So everything I've even told I teach extended essay to my children. And I told my children, listen, there's nothing wrong in using ChatGPT. Please go and use it. Please create an outline. Please do it. They are saying, how can you tell us to do that? I said, yes, there's nothing wrong, but your whole essay is not going to be ChatGPT. You're going to use it for many other things. How many of you has used Notebook LM? I'm happy to show you. If you've used it, then I'm not going to show you. But if you want to show you, I'm happy to show you.
Yeah, I think you can show it, Miss Hiru. And we have one suggestion from Mohammed. He's saying that ethical use of AI tools should be a subject at primary school. So that is
Yes,
quite,
yes,
yes.
it is becoming. It is starting 2025. All the librarians, hopefully,
Oh, wow.
I'm reaching out to them. They will be teaching technology, teaching classroom teachers. Everyone will be talking about AI
True,
tools.
true. Because in
It
if you talk about PYP, we have ICT, right, which we use as a tool to in IB. So we have it is going to be a really great
everyone,
help.
and it is not only us, it is
True,
everyone will
true.
be talking about it. So just before, so this is Notebook LM. So create a new, I just was doing it. So I uploaded it. I downloaded a PDF about art. It's called Design Quest. I have no clue what it's about. I've just downloaded 5 minutes before we came online. Give me a synopsis of this. Okay, it's already given it to me. I've not read this article. Okay. And it's given me a synopsis of this article. COVID-19, particularly focused on fashion and textile. So I'm going to say, does it talk about Indian textile? Okay, we're just experimenting with it. This is what a PDF is. I'm not reading the PDF and it's doing all this for me. It's reading it, learning it, figuring it out. It can also create a study guide of the PDF. It can give you a briefing document. It can create an FAQ. So if you have a chapter to hear. So it's given me citation. It's going back to my source guide. In the PDF, it's telling me where I've got it from. Did you see it? The Indian textile has apparels industry is a major sector for the Indian economy. Number one, it is taken it from this area of the PDF. And then I can create an FAQ. Jump to the bottom. I want to save it, it can save it, it can copy paste it. I like it, I give it feedback. If I don't like it, I say no, because then they say partially incorrect. Or I will just say it's a made up a response. I don't know. So it'll change it. It can also generate a podcast for you. So if you don't want to hear all of this, read all of this, it'll create a podcast and you can listen to it. It can create a timeline. And now, why would you tell a researcher not to read and use all of these things? It just speeds up and smoothens my efforts. So instead of reading 30 papers, I will end up citing maybe 50 papers because I've gone through 50 articles. While this is generating, do you have any other questions? So this is Notebook LM. You can interact with PDF documents, and it's creating a podcast for me. It's taking time. It can add notes. And you can not only do one article at a time, it can do 5 articles at a time. So you can upload 5 articles and use them. And then they'll tell you which article it is from.
So much of time we are saving through this, like rather than reading
Yeah.
so much, you're getting everything.
So then it's also given me some prompts at the bottom, discuss the influence of moguls. So it's giving me prompts of what the article is also telling me about. So it's discuss the influence of Mughal. Yes, there's a source to discuss this there. So there, in that article, it's given me, I can spend like hours teaching you this all, and it's giving you, but you'll have to practice it. Explain the role of Shilpa in ancient arts. So they've given me prompts also to tell me what the article is about and what I might want to think about. Here's another article. What role does social media play in fashion industry? And this article is talking about it. And it's taking me to the area where it is talking about it. So you're really interacting and learning from the PDF rather than just copy pasting it.
True.
And I say, can you simplify this? It is too challenging. Write it for a 10-year-old. There you go. However, this tool says it is for 18 and above. So just FYI.
Yeah, yeah.
I did show it to my high school kids though, but I told them it's 19 and above. But it'll help you read lots of papers quicker and faster than you would otherwise. Any questions?
I just wanted to check, has IB officially provided any guidelines or permission for using AI for PYP kits?
No. PIP is for 13 and all AI tools are for 13 and above, like social media.
13 and above, right? Okay.
Yes. But are kids using it? Yes.
See, every child, I'm an ICT facilitator, so a child, when give them a homework, they come back and tell us that yesterday at home, I did my homework using ChatGPT. So almost 80% of the children are using ChatGPT. And in school, when we say you are not supposed to use ChatGPT, you have to come up with you can refer Google, but you have to write it in your own words. So they are like, have a lot of questions. So please guide on this. So how do we convince this 3 to 12 kids?
So I would again suggest, like I said again, go to teachai.org. It has entire lesson plans, everything from go to Creative Commons Sense Media for kindergarten all the way to grade 12. That they have a whole scope and sequence, everything ready, have discussions, talk about the school policy, academic integrity policy. Everything is trust and transparency. Yes, you're using AI tools. Okay, you're using it. It's above 13 years old. You're still using it. Is your parents aware of it? You're still using it. Now I want you to cite it. Cite it. Tell me how you're using it. Have a little, excuse me, reflection. So 2 years ago, when when ChatGPT was first came out, we told our kids, write a little paragraph of, I use Google and I got information. I use ChatGPT. I understood it. I used it as a translator. I used it. I copy pasted. I understood it, and I wrote in my own words. So you have to have a little reflection and have conversations with your children. Homeworks have to change the way we do our homework. That is the truth. If the teachers are still doing homework like define agriculture, it's not going to work.
Miss, we have a question. If we mention the website referred in the bibliography, in the documentation, is it still plagiarized or is it still plagiarism?
If you have to say it in your own words. Basically, everything has to be said in your own words.
Yes,
If
kind
you're
of
taking-
paraphrasing whatever we are
Yes,
writing,
yes.
we have to
You have to
paraphrase.
paraphrase everything.
But we'll be still citing the source, right?
Yes, even if you paraphrase on ChatGPT, you will
You
still
will
have to cite your ChatGPT because you didn't create it from the imagination of your head. You got your information from somewhere.
So we're not exactly picking it, we are paraphrasing and putting it.
Yes, and you have to cite it. If
Yeah,
I
in text
have to,
also.
yes, if I am writing from my own blog post, of something I've already written, I have to also cite the post that I am referring it to, even though it's my own.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Can you name some sites we detect plagiarism other than Turnitin? I said GPT-0. Yes, it's all about raising awareness. You can't detect it. Are we going to get a downloadable version? I don't know if you're going to get a downloadable version.
We will be sharing the session recording, so they will get the recording of the session.
Yes, academic integrity is being taught and should be taught from kindergarten onwards. You can't convince them. You have to tell them there is no misuse. We have to change the way we do things. You have to change your homework. The kind of homework you have to do. And if you want them to do math in a particular way, it's like calculators. Earlier, calculators were not allowed, but now calculators are allowed. The kind of questions that you has to change. Oh, so Asha, you have to paraphrase everything and you have to also cite every website that you go to if you are using it. So if you're just going to understand, like I go to Wikipedia, I'm just trying to understand for myself, but I'm not going to write about it in the paper, that you don't have to cite. But if I'm going to write anything that I have learned from any website, I will have to cite it. Book, website, or anything.
Any more questions, audience, if you want to ask anything? So, Miss,
So I
you
had
want
to give you, so I had
Yeah,
to give
yeah.
you some background about
Yes.
everything is ethical use. You have to build trust. And because Susan, that lady said, hybrid learning and hybrid writing is going to exist, but the quality of your paper is important. So if, for example, if you're going to write about Elephanta caves, why would I write about it? It's available on Wikipedia. How is it different from yours? You have to add value to your writing, something you bring from your experience that you have to share. That makes it original.
So,
you're welcome to stay, you're welcome to go, you're welcome to chat, you're welcome to do whatever you want because it's already 8 o'clock. So I'm happy to stay and chat. And I know it's dinner time for some people, so you're Please feel free to leave. Don't feel offended. I'm not offended. Enjoy.
And before everyone leaves, I would love to thank you so much, Ms. Hiru. That was a truly
Welcome.
insightful and enriching session, offering valuable perspectives on how we can harness AI tools effectively for writing articles, blogs, and research papers. I'm sure our participants will agree with me, and they must be walking away with a deeper understanding of credible resource usage, content structuring, and creative application of AI in writing. Thank you so much for your thoughtful guidance.
Madhvi,
And yes,
sorry
yes,
for
please.
sorry for interrupting.
No worries.
One more thing I'm just going to say is when you write a blog post, put it in ChatGPT and say, can you critically analyze and give me feedback? It'll give you fantastic feedback.
Or as like I thoroughly enjoy all the workshop which are done by Art Jata.
Oh, that's
I have
nice to hear.
little suggestion. If like
Please.
this is a suggestion, not more than that.
Sure, sure.
Just for a record, if we can get a piece of like certificate for this, like all like soft copy only, it will be very like helpful for us to like keep a record. Just a suggestion. not
Sure,
more
sure.
than
Thank you so much. We'll definitely consider your suggestion. Thank you so much.
that. Thank you, Madhvi. Thank you so much.
Actually, even my question also same thing only. Even I attended so many webinars and other things. Even yesterday, and the day before yesterday also I attended one DP webinar also.
Okay,
But
okay.
sometimes, yeah, if you give any certificate or any online or something like that,
Any
it's very
soft copy.
useful to us.
You know
Yeah.
what these certificates, I don't understand why are
No,
these certificates
not for
useful?
certificate, not
They are
for certificate.
free. If you're paid sessions, I can understand. And
Yes,
you know it
thank you,
is.
Suresh sir. Thank you, Harish sir, for your suggestion. But this is free webinar. So in free webinar, we don't provide certificate if it is a paid workshop, and Art Journal Foundation provides certificate and based on attendance. And Harish sir, that DP session yesterday, what you attended, that is from TODL, not from Art Journal Foundation.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I agree. I saw you also.
Just a suggestion from our side. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for participating so actively. And we definitely look forward to meeting you again and have a wonderful time. Thank you so much. The recordings will be shared with you soon, I think probably by next week. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.